All right, in today's lesson, we are going to look at slopes of lines, and we'll be able to identify the slope of a line and calculate it using 2 points on a graph. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how slope is found. When you have a line, any 2 points can connect and make a line. Usually we use 3, and so today during our activity, you did 3. Slope is the rise, which is the vertical movement of a line from point to point, and the run, or the horizontal change from point to point. So in this case, I'm going to write a slope as a fraction of a line. I pick 2 points, calculate the up and down movement, and then the left to right movement, and you're going to write that number as a fraction. If we look at our example from this afternoon, we had the points given of 3, 5, 2, 4, and you were asked to pick a third point. Let me get this point out of here. The third point you picked was probably this point right here at 1, 3. And when you created the point, you found that it followed maybe some type of pattern. So your justification of it is to connect the dots. Maybe it followed the line, maybe something like anything that justified what your reasoning was. Many of you found that it just followed the same pattern. And when you say pattern, you really meant that you were following the slope. In this case, the slope is down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1. And so our slope follows the same pattern of down 1, which is the rise, down is negative, and then left 1, left is also negative. So the slope of our line, if you divide those two numbers, is 1. You could also do it the other way, where you went up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. When you go up 1, you're using a positive 1, and when you're going right 1, you're also using a positive 1, and you have the number 1 as well. Looking at your worksheet, this is number 1. What you're going to do is count the number of boxes up or down first. In this case, we're going to go down 7 boxes. This is 7 boxes. So our rise is -7. After that, you're going to count the run. So how much left or right is it moving? In this case, it's moving 9. So our negative movement is -7. Our positive movement is +9. So our final slope is -7/9. We'll talk about where the negative goes, but for right now, it can go to either number. If you chose to count by this side here, you'll find that instead of it being -7, it's going to be +7. And then instead of it being a +9, it's a -9. And you still get to the same spot. And this is number 2. We'll choose the point on the left here. Our rise for this point is up 4. So our +4. And then our movement, left or right, our run, is going to be +6. Now in this case, they're both positive. The only thing I can do now is simplify a fraction. 4/6 simplifies to 2/3. Now on the back of your worksheet, this is number 9. Number 9 has no points, no dots. You have to find them. So there's a dot here. You're looking for where it exactly crosses the grid lines. There's a point there, and there's a point there, and one down here. If we count our rise and run between any 2 points, it should be the same. It looks like this was rise 3, run 1. So our slope would be 3/1. If I divide 3/1, my slope is 3. Last but not least, we have the types of slope that you can have. Today we just discussed the following 2. A positive slope goes from bottom left to top right, and our negative slope goes from top left to bottom right. Tomorrow we will work on the other types of slopes, as in 0 and undefined. Your job is to finish the entire worksheet as you are counting the slope and writing it as a simplified fraction for homework.